Good morning, students. I just wanted to take a moment to give you very specific guidance on what to do to prepare for your first essay because we ran out of class time. So I thought I would make a short video explaining step by step what you should do. Today is Friday the 2nd. First, you should pre-write. You shouldn't think about anything but pre-writing. So today would be a good day to start that. You should pre-write specifically for your topic first, or your main point. You can do this in a number of ways. You could cluster, like we discussed in class. You could free write. You could loop, which is what I described in class yesterday, which is when you free write for 3 minutes, and then you pull out a sentence from that, and you free write for 3 more minutes. Using that sentence, whichever sentence that grabbed you, as a prompt. You could also list. You could have a conversation with someone. That's pre-writing. You could stand on your head. That's pre-writing. Anything you do, taking a walk, going on a jog, free writing, talking to somebody about it, singing in the shower, these are things that people do to think. And so do what you need to do to think through your topic and decide on what you want to write. And after you've made your decision on what you want to write, you could do a little more pre-writing, specifically clustering or listing main ideas for the body. These ideas should support the thesis statement. A cluster is a really efficient way to at least get started on this because it could also help you develop your points. Now, as you cluster or think about the main ideas for the body, remember that with a narrative, you need to make your main point, and then as you're telling the story, you should present a situation, a complication to that situation, and then work toward the resolution of the situation. Reread the stories that you've read so far this semester for guidance. Once you've made a list or a cluster of the main ideas and a few developing points, I think you should stop and be done. So that's Friday the 2nd. On Saturday the 3rd, you should probably sit down and try to write an outline. And this outline it doesn't have to be a completely finished outline. It should include in the introduction, you don't need to worry about the hook. In the outline, you could just write hook. I will post a sample outline for you on Moodle, on the discussion board. So you could start with introduction, and you could just write A, hook, B, intro, and that's where you want to introduce a main idea or topic if you need to, and then C, thesis statement. Now that you should write in. You should write in your thesis statement. Remember, a thesis could be implied, but I don't want you to imply it yet. I want you to work toward learning how to write a thesis. And go ahead and look back at the stories that you've read. You'll find that some do state the thesis clearly and some actually imply it. So write your thesis statement into the outline. And when you get to the second part of your outline, the body, I'd like you to remember Pete. Each paragraph should have some sort of main idea or point, and then you should explain what you need to explain to make that point, and you should give specific examples or use quotes, use direct quotes or dialogue to support that idea or point. And then you should transition into the next paragraph. You should have Pete for everybody paragraph. And the conclusion, you don't need to worry about filling in the conclusion yet. You can come back to that later. So you could just write number 3, conclusion. Again, I'll put up a sample outline for you as soon as possible. Today. Yeah, today. After you've filled in your outline, call it a day. You're done. If you're really inspired, go ahead and draft that paper. Otherwise, draft it on Sunday. You notice that I'm breaking these up in chunks. You really shouldn't spend more than an hour or 2 at a time on this. Your work will reflect that. I think it's better. Students' work is better when they break it into sessions. drafting is the next step. So you want to draft your essay. You also want to just, when you draft, don't censor yourself. It's okay. You can come back and fix anything. You can add things. You can delete things. So just work off that outline and go. Get all your ideas on paper. Then you want to start revision. Now I'm going to post a series of sheets that you should use to do self-revision. You are also welcome to use our discussion board, or even better, to use writing class. If you post your essay, go to writing class and you will see essay 1 on your assignments. Post your best rough draft. So what I'm saying is draft the essay and then do a self-edit using one of the guidelines that I post. Do the very best that you can and then post that to rough draft essay 1 on writing class, or essay 1 rough draft. And if you get that up there by Monday, then I'll get a chance to look at it and make a few comments. It won't be, don't get me wrong, you'll still need to go in and do more work on your own, but I'd be happy to give you a holistic look at your essay. And also, I will open it up so that your peers can also make comments on the essay. Please don't correct each other's grammar. Make comments on whether the thesis is clear, suggestions for how the story could be better. Use the peer editing guideline sheets for each other that I post to the weekly discussion board. Again, use the peer editing guideline sheets that I post to the discussion board. So I hope this helps. If you get that up by Monday, then you can get some peer edits, you can get some feedback from me, and that should give you a few days to edit your final draft. You'll turn it in class on Thursday, and I'll grade it. If you don't like the grade you get on your essay, remember you always have the option to rewrite your essays and resubmit them, and I will regrade them. So that's what I wanted to add that I didn't get to add to the end of class yesterday. I hope this helps a lot. Please email me with questions or concerns, and have a good holiday weekend. See you Thursday.